I think we both have a similar gene. I hope some of our listeners do, and I hope more people in the world do. Just the insatiable desire to learn. You can get a 6,000 years of housing history book and find something interesting in it. There are so many things you can probably learn about house layout or architecture or whatever from that book that you can apply to other areas of your life.
I love you, Dylan. Oh, did you say that?
It's a classic, like Steve Jobs going to learn about calligraphy in his college course, and then that influencing fonts on the Mac 15 years later. You just never know. So I just feel like the more stuff you can get from all kinds of wacky angles, the more well-rounded you are.
I explore really hard at weird hours. I feel like you less so.
I love to learn. I just love to learn enough. I hate not knowing how to do things. I think that's the deep-seated child.
Dude, you want to come
whatever
fix my bed that's been shaking? Think about it every night.
Yeah, I bet you do. Laying in it alone. Welcome to the Smart Nonsense Pod, where we talk about smart nonsense. And if you're tuning in on YouTube, which you should be, I don't know if these go out, where they go out, how they go out, but Dylan's in the House of Blues. And congratulations, dude, on the lighting scheme.
The House of Blues? Oh, I thought you meant blues. I was sad, depressed. No, I'm feeling good. And I got a blue background.
Nice fig tree, too. Is that Carboniferous? Carboniferous period? Where was that from?
Think of another period. What was another?
Pleistocene.
That seems more like a used short. Oh, dude, did you see you got roasted on one of your shorts? It was what was a recent one? You were talking about something like 4 billion years ago, and then you showed a dinosaur, and they're like, dude, that's.
Oh, well, I didn't. Yeah,
you greenlit it though. I'll tell you that.
It was. Yeah, I definitely greenlit it because, perfection through iteration. We're not taking things back to get revised. Certainly not if they're incorrect. No, we like to put out things that mostly correct. Yeah, you win some, you lose some. Editor had fun with it.
Dude, as long as you're having fun. That's awesome. I'm having fun, dude.
Yeah.
I'm having a lot of fun. Well, I didn't have a lot of fun yesterday.
Well, so because these are daily and people should subscribe, and you probably heard yesterday's podcast.
February 16th, 2024.
I woke up this morning at a normal hour, 7 a.m., 7:30 actually. I had trouble waking up. A.m. And I get on my phone a little bit later, and I just see Dylan Jardon, 4:50 a.m. I'm like, that's not going to be good. It's either an emergency, which there can't possibly be any because you have no direct reports, or he was up all night watching World War II propaganda, Blitzkrieg, Navy SEALs.
Close, dude.
Close, but no cigar.
I'll show you what I was.
It was.
Let me show you.
It was. I figured out how to draw on my on my iPad.
I gotta kind of show 2 screens.
Wow, incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the audio listeners, it looks like he's in Procreate or something, and he's made a couple planets.
And one of them smoking.
Well, it actually looks pretty good, in all honesty.
Yeah, well, I learned about shading and lighting.
Were you on lynda.com? What were you doing till
That's where I learned video editing. But no, not this. This is just Procreate has a really good course. It's just some hot Australian chick just teaching me how to make planets.
Okay.
And it was cool, dude, because I felt really bad because yesterday, you just drop $1,000 on a new iPad to draw, and I tried drawing, and it was a mistake. We really tried to we have a website. It's called clip.co, and we try and get animators there. So I figured I'd just draft up a little mock-up of how to get animators, editors to apply and show Henry on the fly, and I couldn't figure out how to use a pencil.
No, derailed the whole brainstorm session, really.
Right. Actually, we had to shut down immediately after that. But I learned how to draw planets with nice highlights if they have rings. So
was the video question for us? Was the video course actually good from Procreate?
Yeah,
and
it was really good.
Motivated question because I know Webflow. We wanted to do courses for clipped.co, and Webflow has like some of the best tutorial videos I've ever seen.
Yeah.
They're really nicely shot, but then they're also kind of like witty, and the guy's kind of sassy, and they're scripted and they're funny. So
yeah, this girl was hot.
There he is. 6 a.m. up all night.
Dude, she kept me hooked. No, it was really cool. I like art. I got this book that I still sitting on my nightstand. It's how to draw or something from like two sides of the brain.
Which is hilarious because about every other week you'll be like, dude, I am not an artist. You're like, I do not identify with that label at all.
That's all I want to do.
And yeah, what I end up telling you is like, no, I think you kind of are. You're just, you got some dirt gene.
Yeah, for sure. And it's expressing. But our friend Zach, he talks about this thing called like artist, athlete, entrepreneur, where it's like you want to hit these 3 camps. And I feel like I don't identify in any single one of it, but it's like kind of a decent business person in theory, kind of decent athlete, kind of decent artist, and just fucking smash them all together. Because I also had a doubleheader in theory last night.
Well, you texted me late about that too.
Yeah, that was a spiral. That was one of my darkest moments, really. This happened before too. I had a dark moment last season when I stepped onto the ice and I looked up and it was the 3rd period. So I got the times wrong and everyone's like, Dylan, why are you an hour late to this hockey game? Similar thing happened. I mixed up my weeks. I like literally, dude, I left the office at like 8 and my game was at 8:30. So, and I hadn't eaten anything all day. So I go, also dropping some weight, watch out. So I go and I get a pizza. Dude, I smashed this pizza in literally like a giant pizza in 3 minutes. And I fucking, whatever. I get dressed and I realize it's not my team on the ice. It's a different team. So I was just all like, it takes fucking 20 minutes to get dressed. And I was just sitting there and I'm like, what do I do for the next hour and a half? Because I had a doubleheader.
Were you wearing your bright neon pink dirt jersey? Roll the B-roll?
I don't know if we have photos yet. Not fully dressed. But no, this is a different team.
Okay, different team.
I'm on 6.
Because he plays 2 games a night, 7 days a week.
So that was a bummer, but then I just...
Why don't we talk about then what gets managed? What gets measured?
Tries to say one thing useful and
flubs it.
Yeah. So you talking about me being fat and then not fat?
Yeah, that was another thing you texted me. Good text coming from you.
Thanks, dude. I got a lot of hours to think. It's cool late at night. It's tough when you're going to bed and you got to close the blinds because the sun's hitting your face. But, and then you wake up at 10 a.m. because someone's fucking hammering on the wall next to you. But I got the silly putty I put in my ears. So thanks for that. So yeah, lose it, dude. Who's the guy that steps on the scale every day?
Ed Thorpe.
Never remember his name.
How many times are we going to do this same podcast episode about your weight, our eating disorders, and Ed?
It's sick, dude. You just look and it's a graph that goes down because we measure. What did you had a different thing? You brought up the topic.
No, all right. So yeah, you sent me a screenshot of your entrapment. Ed Thorpe, this guy, first principles thinker. It's basically like the only thing I care about when it comes to managing my weight is and what I eat in my diet is I step on the scale every morning. I know I'm always the same weight. If it's a little bit more, all right, maybe I won't have the ice cream tonight. If it's a little bit less, all right, like maybe I'm going to have dessert after dinner. Like, and that's his only thing. It's a classic what gets measured gets managed. If you're measuring your weight every day, you can manage it. I don't know what's going on behind you. Sounds like banshees. But
Zach's mom's here, and I was supposed to say hi to her. I forgot I had a pod. Oh, my bad, dude.
One thing a day. So, well, I'm also giggling because I remembered when I wasn't measuring my weight for like a year, and I finally stepped on the scale, and I've been 150 pounds my entire life, and I was like 164. Literal denial. I was in literal denial.
We paid like $40 to get the most accurate weight measurement thing, and
I'm spiraling.
He's like, no, I think your machine's
there's no way.
Miscalibrated.
There was a way. So anyway, you sent me a picture that you're your weight's way down. You're at 171 off of like what 100, 180,
Well, it's
190.
the feedback
Down
loops,
into
because
the
now
right.
I know I can eat carrot cake, so that's the danger. So I'll be right back up on the roller coaster. But carrot cake's good, dude.
Yeah, I actually talk about what gets measured gets managed. I actually I count calories. I aim for 2,000 calories a day. And I'm not super crazy about it, but I'll show you. When I don't, up and to the right.
Well, what I like about Sweetgreen is calories don't count there. You can just eat infinite salads.
Yeah, I have a late night
You really
snacking
can't go
habit.
wrong.
Is the problem? It's
Wow, we're just the two.
Yep.
Dude,
Yep.
I remember in high school, I was like, or it was like the first time I think in college people started talking about like how much they're eating.
Yeah,
and that was like the first time ever, and now it's like half of all adult conversations.
Yeah.
So sorry to drag the pod into that, dude. Oh fuck! I look at my one FOD and its feedback loops to the ninth wonder of the world.
Yeah.
Well, that's my one piece of FOD.
That was it.
Fuck,
what gets
dude.
measured gets managed is the ninth wonder of the world. Okay.
I got a book. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. Why do you have this book? So he wakes up at 2 p.m. He shows me, dude, that book is way bigger than I thought it was.
It's heavy, dude. It cost me $50, so it should be.
Yeah.
Well, it's 6,000 years of housing history.
So yeah, for the listeners, that's a huge textbook titled 6,000 Years of Housing History.
Just look at that. It's fucking sick, dude.
Yeah, okay.
Just got blueprints. Probably some wigwams in here too. Yeah, dude, fucking right to a wigwam.
Here's what I like about this. Oh, nice. What I like about this is I think we both have a similar gene. I hope some of our listeners do, and I hope more people in the world do, which is just the insatiable desire to learn. Like you can get a 6,000 years of housing history book and like find something interesting in it. Versus I know a lot of people, I have a lot of friends that are just like, they haven't picked up a book in maybe they read one book a year, maybe if they read it all.
Yeah, which is crazy.
And there's got to be some amazing kernels in that book, like the
well, I think like now I'm really excited because I think my ideal world is like don't have to make the newsletter, don't have to make videos unless like we really want to teach something, but like that'll just run on autopilot like Clipped will, like the video company. So it's like it's really fun. Like there's no pressure on me to like do anything with the art. It's just like pure curiosity, passion, or like housing. Like I don't know, dude. See, this is the thing I brought up before, where it's like most easy. Where's the mic? Most housing. Most housing is these.
The courtyards.
Courtyards,
right?
Because that's
subscribe.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So it's just cool. Like, if our day is just like, hey, do whatever you want, that's like interesting, and then if you can teach someone something off that, awesome. If not, awesome. Like, it's kind of cool to be retired.
Well, the other reason I think it's cool not to be retired is like there are so many things you can probably learn about house layout or architecture or whatever from that book that you can apply to other areas of your life, either your art, your content, how you teach things. Oh, there's a banshee in the background. You know what I'm saying?
Watch out for the banshee.
Like, I think one of the best, it's a classic, like Steve Jobs going to learn about calligraphy in his college course, and then that influencing fonts on the Mac like 15 years later. Right. You just like never know. So I just feel like the more stuff you can get from all kinds of wacky angles, the more well-rounded you are.
But you can only really do that if you're like a college student or you're retired. Like, that's why I say that. Because it's like, if you have a job, like our other friend who makes a lot of money, but he just comes back tired every single day, highs.
Yeah.
It's like, he's not.
Well,
he's
that's
not
finance. But let's say you're a software engineer at a startup. Maybe there's something in 6,000 years of housing history that informs some algorithm, for instance.
Yeah.
Like, I just think it's smart to take from different areas, different industries, and try and apply them to your own.
There's this book. It was recommended by Jason Fried, David Heinemeier Hansen. I think it's called Slack.
Dude, David.
Sorry, he's got a fucking DHH. Heinemeier Hansen. It's called Slack, which I think that's what it's called. I didn't get it, but basically the idea is like, hey, we're all trying to be like hyper efficient, like Tim Ferriss. Hey, what's every hour of the day? Like, make sure it's all time blocked. And he's like, dude, the best innovations come when you're just like stumbling around, picking up books that you wouldn't normally do. Yeah, so it's one of those things where I feel like most startup people like wouldn't do that because they're like too focused on the next Facebook ad. But that's where you end up imitating a lot of people because like you're not getting primary source.
I think you can be a 10x engineer if you're taking random primary source stuff from other industries and thinking completely different.
That's what's kind of cool. Like directionally, where I'd like to go with Smart Nonsense is, and this, I think David Perel talked about it with Cultural Tutor. He's a cool guy on Twitter. That guy just consumes nothing written in the last 100 years. So it's like all this like stuff you'd never discover. He goes out and finds it. It's kind of like this. Like, I don't know what the nuggets are from this, but like, I'm sure no one's talking about it on Twitter versus like, oh, look at how Elon Musk found this leak person, mole in his company.
Oh, there he is. Trashing his own shorts.
I mean, it's just, it's a different angle. But one thing that's cool is, so Zach this morning had a call with this guy. There's a food delivery company, Freshly, and they sold a couple years back for like $1 billion. He talked to the founder today because the founder loves his content and sends it to everyone. And it's like, Zach was like, dude, this guy got on the call and he's like fanboying me. And he was like, dude, I if you only got 30 minutes, that's totally cool. We don't have to keep talking. Like, he was so much like respecting Zach's time, and dude's probably worth tens or hundreds of millions of dollars. So it's just cool, like we call it the center effect of like making the content that's just a magnet for really cool people. That's where I wonder, like we do get, or you get cool DMs from, I guess, like Michael Dell and Gary Vee and stuff.
Oh, but like, to see Gary Vee in a couple weeks.
The more
can't get him if you're not.
The more we can
content.
do stuff. Yeah, I know.
Well, get him if you're not making content.
The point is, though, it'd be cool if that's on autopilot and we can like. Do you actually enjoy like the curious stuff? Like I explore really hard at weird hours. I feel like you less so.
I love to learn. I just love to learn enough. No, I love to learn. I hate not knowing how to do things. I think that's like the deep-seated like child.
Dude, you want to come fix my bed that's been fucking shaking? I think about it every night.
Yeah, I bet you do. Laying in it alone. Sorry.
Started talking to a girl.
No. Oh. So smart nonsense. That's dumb nonsense. So I hate not knowing how to do things. Like I didn't know how to suture a wound, so I got like a wound suture. Yeah. I think we talked about that on here. Like that's just something I like feel like I need to know how to do.
Yeah, that's so funny. That's so funny. No, it's more that's tangible too version. Yeah.
So that's how I feel. I don't need to go crazy down the rabbit hole. Like I don't get that. Well, that's not true.
You also didn't like history at one point.
That's right.
So watch.
It's just different, dude. It's just different. I'll go like crazy down the rabbit hole of like, I don't even know what contractor work or like how do airplanes run or like how to fly an airplane. Like I've watched every video on that, how to start cars, like kind of weird, like blue collar stuff, like work with your hands kind of stuff. I'll go deep. I will watch that. Like my weekends we could check my like YouTube time on the weekends. It's like all weekend.
Why the blue collar thing? Because you come from a very white collar family.
Yeah, I don't know. I like using me hands.
Jardon, what?
On me.